It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Patriots and the Raiders, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the New England Patriots. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in playing reasonably well. Losers the last time out, but winners of 4 or 5 before that. On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And I'll bet right now just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes
Two
last week.
touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Now Jones. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, wide open, complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big play there for the Patriots. Now some early fireworks on the first play from...
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers put up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll run with Hunt. Oh, able to avoid him. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end about how he worked, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. A carry here for Hunt. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. This is Hunt. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. And whatever they said appears to have worked. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Hurts. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Off play action, Jones. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice. When they went through all the different situations, ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Off the play fake. Jones. And right side, Henry's got it. That catch good for only a couple.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Tyler Lockett was the target there. But now it'll be 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion. I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty... Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Oh, now Miller slow in getting up. He's still down on the ground. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Hurts fumbles it, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
New England's offense set to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. An update from Denver. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Jones on third down. That'll be caught. Wallace hauls it in. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Hunt. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Again, it's Hunt. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Slide for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out come the Raiders. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That's caught left side by Judy.
That's it, baby. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. On 2nd and 10, Jones. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
You don't want no problem. You don't want no problem.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
New England on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Jones. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of one-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional one-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And the Pats are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Jones throw complete there to Moore.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Options galore here, second and a few inches.
From the gun, Jones. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Back to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target. But he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Throwing again on 2nd down. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look, 6 DBs.
Hurts fumbles it.
And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Tough end to that play. He had his eyes on that 1st down marker, but he lost his luggage along the way.
Left it behind, so to speak. I like your analogy there, but here's the key. As he's maneuvering, as he's picking up the 1st down, as he's gaining yardage, what's the one thing he forgot about?
Ball security.
Exactly. Everything else working perfectly, and he forgot the most important piece.
Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Now Jones throwing on 1st down. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back.
And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 3 yards to gain there, 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots.
Hunter Henry with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove. They're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 21-0.
Just a 4-play drive that time, and it ends with a New England touchdown.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Raider offense heading back for one final first half drive. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage.
As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll get started out in Denver, and it's the Dolphins who are out in front in the second quarter. Bryan Edwards, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to the Pacific Northwest. Check on the Seahawks at home in Seattle. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Russell Wilson has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were losers in that one to the visiting L.A. Chargers. Justin Herbert, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for New England. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit. Both teams making their final adjustments before we get started once again. And for the call of the second half, let's send you back out to Allegiant Stadium and Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. They go play action with Hurts. They'll roll him out right. This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 45 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Running is Jacobs. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Kyle Duggar up to make the tackle.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Flush to his right. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 50. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. 70 range. Check.
Hurts. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Line of scrimmage, the 9. Second and about a yard.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
53, check 53. No game on this defense, no game. Check three. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, keep it up.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Forced out to his left. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
That's what I want to see.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returned. It will come out to the 25. And returning to the field here, Hunter Henry. And what can they do to better account for him? Because they haven't accounted for him well so far, as we see here on your screen.
They may have to draw up coverages they haven't run so far. They have to create something on the fly because he's beaten everything. And when you watch this game unfold, you keep thinking to yourself, is it 2 men, 3 men, maybe even a 4th guy may have to go and account for him. But right now, he's shredding the defense.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit.
So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also. And for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the right.
Can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Offense set to get this drive started. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's down.
But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Hurts. And he'll just get rid of it.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
3rd quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. Complete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the...
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike. Check back.
He'll drop to throw. Got a man. It's Judy, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Matt LaFleur loudly voicing his objections to that previous call. He's going to throw out the red challenge flag. did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field game.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On first down, it's Jacobs, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
A lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
A first down run with Jacobs won't get a whole lot, maybe a yard, but that's about all, and it's second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Jones. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Henry. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hunt. And the safety, Trayvon Merritt, up to make the play defensively. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know from walking down a game, right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he gets it 45 before going out. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
And the Raiders have got him. The sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Throwing Jones. Out of bounds and incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. New England on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw. Jones. In trouble, and he's taken down. Max Crosby picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded just inside the 30. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 95 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. He'll buy some time right. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Patriots are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. So the Raiders now down by 2 touchdowns. And time, a huge factor. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 38, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. On 1st down, Hunt, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down, right back to Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They run right side with Hunt. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. They run for it with Hunt. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That catch good for only a couple. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire